Chad and Charlene are nominated for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto can change the nominations. What will the competition be? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 5 All Stars. It's day 12 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week, Chanel is the head of household. She nominated Chad and Charlene for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto can still change the nominations. Who will win it? We'll find out tomorrow. And what will the competition entail? We'll find out shortly. But first, I forgot to mention, and Aton reminded me, thank you, that there were some prizes available on the door behind me. Now, I will not reveal who won the prizes, but the scores in the All-Star Dollars next week for the in the stats for week 3, they will be updated. So you will see who won All-Star Dollars. It doesn't necessarily mean that they won them themselves, but that's what the scores will entail. So yeah, there were, on the door, there were 3 Lindors, a milk, dark, and a white Lindor heart, because Valentine's Day is coming. No, I just went to the Lind store on Kennedy and Dairy and got cheap Valentine's chocolate for like $5 a pound, even less than that. I think I got about, it was about 200 Lindor hearts for like $20 or something. It was like Costco style good. Yeah. So each of the hearts had a different value, and that's that. So the prizes have all been claimed, and there was only one prize per season. So one season did miss out. Yeah, Eitan also made donuts for Hanukkah, and I could write... First, let me show you the donut. So it was I hope I get it right. I believe it was a jelly donut with an eggnog cream. I apologize if I'm wrong on that. Looks so freaking good. It almost looks... I'm not going to say it. Sorry. I have a dirty mind. I immediately thought of you-know-what, but it's kind of, the sizes are reversed, if you know what I mean. Never mind. Anyway, I'm sorry. Which also reminded me of that time I dated Costa. Costa was this guy I used to work with at Longos who was Greek, and he had a crooked penis in that it was candy cane shaped. No, literally. It was shaped like a candy cane. I think I've said this before on the show. And basically, like, he would, like, hook me in, and I'd try and get him out, and he'd, like, hook me back in. It was like, whoa! Anyway, it was fascinating. Yeah, so that's that. And donuts, I could talk about donuts. Like, I could do a vlog about donuts. Krispy Kreme, love the cake batter donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, I think, they're my personal favorite, and I love their iced coffee. I made Brazil get iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts because she had never had it before. So she went. I made her get in her car and drive to the drive-thru at Dunkin' to get an iced coffee. But she screwed it up. She put like 3 creams in it. And I'm like, you're crazy. Anyway, that's how I like my coffee, with 3 creams. Where was I? Now I got lost. The donuts. Yeah, so I love Dunkin' Donuts. I hate... A country style is okay, but I hate Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons has gone so downhill. We live in Canada where everybody talks about maple syrup, where like women like snort maple syrup up their vajayjay. Like, why is there no maple dip or Canadian maple donuts anymore? I have to drive from Brampton to the Tim Hortons at Michael Power, which is at Renforth and Eglinton, because they're the only Tim Hortons left that I know of that has Canadian maple or maple dip. Maple dip is the standard circle, and Canadian maple is maple on top with cream, or it's custard, in the middle. But they do have a polar bear donut now for Christmas, which is just filled with icing and is extremely sugary. But yeah, if any of you see maple dip or Canadian maple donuts, let me know, because none of the Tim Hortons that I know have them left. I've gone through like every single one in Brampton. It's so annoying. And there's also, I want to try the PC, which is President's Choice, Nicole, which every Canadian knows about. Chocolate chip cookie lava thingamajigger that they've been advertising. I really want to try it because that looks like sex. I'm not a big fan of PC products, but it's only because the closest grocery stores to me are not Loblaws or any stores that have PCs, so I don't generally get it. But I'm not opposed to them. I do find it odd though when I go on a date with a guy and then I go back to his like condo and his entire fridge is all PC. I'm like, okay, you got issues. Like, there are other brands. Chanel's like, that's my dream, man! Yeah, so let's get now into reality realness. So Nick and Lindsay shot their second reality realness video, which was, of course, with Jeffrey, the most recently evicted house guest. I think they once again did a fantastic job. I'm not gonna, you know what? Yeah, I'll say it every week. I know it's gonna get boring, me saying it over and over again that they did a fantastic job, but they did. Jeffrey's, okay, so my first thought was Jeffrey's look. I have not seen Jeffrey since, oh, he had a Halloween party. I think was it 2 years ago? I think it was, no, maybe it was 3 years ago now. He had a Halloween party. It was a riot. But at one point, Tiffany was downstairs. You know what? I can't even say this story because I can already see the people saying this is too offensive. If you want to know a funny Tiffany at Jeffrey's house party at Halloween story, message me. But if you get offended by Tiffany, don't message me. Okay, here's a less offensive Halloween story. Now I'm getting way off track. Tiffany and I went on a cruise once at Halloween, and there was a Halloween parade through the Royal Promenade. And I, of course, went dressed as Mr. Bean, and everybody recognized me. She went dressed as Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell, and nobody recognized her. And she was getting so annoyed, and in front of her was Drunk Santa, which was just a guy dressed as Santa, and he was drunk. And everybody was looking at him, and she's like, look at me! And she got so annoyed that we were halfway through the parade concession, and she just, went to the side and walked off the parade. She got so angry. Okay, sorry, I'm going to focus. Because Nick did say that my videos in season 4 and 5 have gotten too long. I try and stay. So first of all, season 1 and 2, YouTube had some stupid rule that if you exceed 15 minutes, you have to have an account with YouTube, which costs money, which is bullshit. So I always made sure that my videos in season 1 and 2 were no longer than 15 minutes, so I didn't have to buy an account. So I even sometimes edited shit out from videos if they were close. Season 3, that changed, and so I shot however long I wanted. In season 4, I think because of the pandemic, I had literally nothing going on in my life, so I just had more to talk about, and I just put it in the episode. But yeah, I mean, I aim for 15 minutes. If I'm shorter than 10, I feel like that's lazy. If I'm longer than 20, that is too long, unless it's a special like Zoom episode or whatever. So I try and stay between 10 and 20, aiming for 15. Okay, so Jeffrey's look. Sorry, I haven't seen him in 3 years. I think the last time was it would have been the Halloween party, but I'll never forget here I go again, the Big Brother 19 finale party that he had, where I've never laughed so hard at somebody losing Big Brother like Paul, and Jeffrey and I were just laughing hysterically and cackling. I pull up to Jeffrey's house and he goes, so best case scenario is like Christmas ends up third and Paul loses by 1 vote to Josh again. And of course I said, wishful thinking. We never get a happy ending in Big Brother. That was the one perfect ending. The season was garbage, but that was by far Big Brother 19, the best ending to any season. It was just delicious. Jeffrey's look. So Jeffrey has longer hair now, and what was the other thing? And a beard. I had somebody message me that, I won't say who, that he's hot. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what? 2017 Jeffrey was my favorite Jeffrey, I have to admit, with the short hair. And if you see his picture in the Big Brother Cheesecake 1 cover photo, that was a good picture. But he's still hot. And I've always joked with him that if he were gay, we would have been married by now, and it's true. What was I going to say now about Jeffrey too? There was something. I can't remember now. Okay. Oh, the votes against Jeffrey. So Nick said this was so funny. Nick said, "I wonder what the 3 votes against Jeffrey were. I really want to know." And Jeffrey just says, "I'll message you after." Now, because Jeffrey's in the game, I can't say whether his prediction is right or wrong. But Jeffrey is very confident he knows which 3 people voted to keep him, and I can't say because he's still technically active. But it was just funny when he said, "Nick, I'll message you after." Okay. Oh, and Jeffrey did not have on Facebook his profile pic. And when I asked him why, he said, "I don't want people to see how old I've gotten." And I'm like, "You're 29 still. What?" I thought maybe he like gained 500 pounds or had a botched Botox job or like, like some legitimate reason to not be seen. But I mean, he looks fine. Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from Jeffrey. Lindsay said day 2 and day 8 were boring. You're boring. I mean, and you know what? Day 2, Chantel was on doing her little "I want to win" speech to Brazil. So I think Chantel told Lindsay to say that day 2 was boring so nobody would rewatch that episode and see her because Chantel likes to be background. There we go. And I like Nick's idea of including background in the theme song. I think I have to come up with some ideas, but that's a good idea because I did like the Megan thing. Yeah. So let's see. What else? Chantel, orgs. Okay, last thing about realness. So some of the orgs that I've played in, production forces you to include them in every single chat. Like, I must be in every single chat. I don't do that because, one, that's a lot of chats for me to look through, and even I don't have that much time. I mean, if all 16 house guests had a 2-person chat with everybody else in the house, that would be like 200 chats alone. So it's too much. And you know what? I like giving house guests the freedom to kind of do their own thing. Because I'll admit, I've been on a call with someone from Ecstasy Survivor, Extremely Time-Consuming Survivor, which I actually recommend playing because it's great. Shout out. And I also will always recommend Phil's Facebook Survivor. Oh, and Phil was on Reality Realness. He put a question in and they both missed it. And Chantal missed it too. Which I think his question was, who would Jeffrey like to see next in Redemple Temple? I believe that was the question. Which I think, well, Jeffrey said somebody weak. Shit, now where was I with what the hell was I talking about? Nick. Oh, orgs forcing production in. So it's too many people. And I like giving house guests the freedom because when I played in Ecstasy Survivor, I would be having a conversation with someone, production wasn't there, and then production would pop on, and I would be conscious of that, and I would actually be more guarded and not say what I was truly thinking. And I get it, because Survivor and Big Brother, you have a camera on you. Yeah, you're on an island in Survivor, but there's a camera crew right in front of you. And same thing with Bachelor. I would love to be on a gay Bachelor season, but it would be awkward kissing people with a camera right there. That would be, even for me, and you've seen me do cuckoo shit on this show. I mean, I put vodka or rum in my eye. So, yeah. So I don't demand. I would love if you include me in your alliance chat. That would be really nice. But I get if you don't want to, and so it's fine. Now let's get to the competition. So only 6 house guests will participate in the Golden Power Veto competition. The head of household, Chanel, the nominees, Chad and Charlene. But Charlene has I think some kind of surgery, she told me, a procedure. I wish you all the best. I hope to see the new boobies on Monday. And my mom, because she has like 56 double Fs, she goes to some special bra store at Young and Lawrence. I'll give you the name. Very nice people in there. They actually have it's one of those haute couture places where they have like a sandwich and veggie tray at the front. So I just stand there eating while my mom tries bras on. It's lovely. Sometimes they have champagne, but you gotta go certain times of the week to get the champagne. Anyway, Kat's like, I know that place. That's where I get my daughter's bras. Sorry, Kat and I have a running joke that her daughter, I don't know if I should say this. The UPS guy came to the door and she went to answer it in her bra and Kat was mortified. And her daughter's like, we live on a dead-end cul-de-sac. Well, that's the same thing. Who cares if I go out in my bra? It's 40 degrees out. Anyway, she's like, but not for the UPS guy. Anyway, where the fuck was I? So Charlene can't play. She selected Curtis to play for her, but if he wins, the rule is it's his veto. So we have Chad, Curtis, Chanel, Rhonda, a player selected by Chanel, which was Joanne, and a player selected by Chad, which was Rai Rai, which was interesting. But Rhonda picked Rai Rai last week, and Rai Rai used it on Rhonda. Let's see if that repeats this week. And fun fact, week 1 in Big Brother Cheesecake history, a nominee has never won the Golden Power Veto. It's always gone to a non-nominee. And 3 times it's been used. Jeffrey used it on Charlene, season 1. Julian used it on Nicole, season 3. And Rai Rai used it on Rhonda, season 5. Which is pretty rare in Big Brother that the veto gets used week 1 by a non-nominee. Marcin and Chanel in seasons 4 and 2, respectively, did not play it when they won. Okay. The house guests, 5 of the 6 house guests agree on 9 a.m. Curtis, sorry, I know that's 6 a.m. your time. Deal with it. But we're also playing, as you know, the winner gets the Ruby Power Veto as well. Okay, this week's brand new Golden Power Veto competition, which I worked really hard on and I think will be fun, is called, and it's never been done before, I believe, it's called Big Brother Tetris. And here's how it works. Tetris is a classic game produced by some Russian guy in the 80s. We'll call him Bolshoi Shevlenko. I hope that's not racist. I apologize if you're offended. I really just came up with that on the spot. Gleb from Dancing with the Stars, who's Russian. Sex. Look up Gleb Dancing with the Stars. Your penis will explode if you're a gay man. Okay, so here are the 7 standard Tetris pieces. You will all have your own Tetris board, which is 10 squares across, 20 squares up. Here are the Tetris squares. So I will have 6 of each Tetris square. I shouldn't say square, Tetris piece. Each of the 7 Tetris pieces I will have 6 of in my hand, and I will randomly draw one of the pieces. So you have piece A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there are 6 R's, which I will get to in a second. Here's how you get a piece. The object of the game is to get a line, a horizontal line at the bottom of your Tetris board. First person to get a horizontal line wins the Golden Power Veto, but you have to earn your pieces. So here's an example of a Tetris board. If Curtis gets piece A, he can say, I would like to put it above rows, is it rows or columns? Above column, or in column, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and I would do this. So what I would like you to say is 1 on 7, 1 on 8, 1 on 9, 1 on 10. If you have the square, you can say 2 on 9, 2 on 10, for instance. And I will help you with that anyway. I'll double check to make sure that what you get is what you want. What you want is what you get. It's, again, 2:30 a.m. I played in an immunity challenge today that I think I won. You know what? Just for fun, try unscrambling this. I did it in 1 minute, so try it. Jonathan couldn't do it, so. And I have a good friend Shelby, shout out, she can do it either, and she's one of the smartest women I know, so, yeah. Where the hell was I? I have 42 multiple choice questions about a certain topic, which I will not reveal until we begin the competition, so that you don't study. They are multiple choice. I will put the first question in the group chat. The first person to give the correct answer, A, B, C, or D, will get a Tetris piece. Everybody else does not get a Tetris piece. The first person to get it right, I will then draw a Tetris piece, and you can choose where to put it on your board. It has to go obviously at the bottom of the board, as Tetris you go down. And yeah, and that's about it, except there is another little kink in the game. There are, like I said, 6 of each Tetris piece, but there are also 6 R's. And R stands for reset. If a reset is drawn, everybody who got the question wrong or did not answer has the bottom of their board open up and all the pieces fall out and they reset to 0. If you get your question right, you are safe from reset. So even if the right answer is already there, put what you think is right because you need to avoid the reset. So I think that's everything. Yeah, okay. With no 20 minutes, too long. With that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto and the Big Brother Tetris Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow with a special guest co-host. Not co-host, a special guest is here. Monday is the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Will the winner choose to use the Golden Power Veto to save Chad or Charlene? Tuesday, the final 2 nominees plead their case, and Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 5 house. But join Jeffrey and Redempble Temple where they will duel to stay in the game. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Take care, and remember, if given the choice between good and evil, always choose sex. Good night.